rumble. Come on in. Everyone, come on in. We are ready for an exciting webinar. Persons can come on in quickly.
Hi.
Hi. I'm just waiting for people to come on in to join us as we go live.
Okay. Did you send the link to my website, to my Facebook?
I am doing that right now.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna just welcome everyone. I'm hoping that people will be coming on soon because, you know, there's a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
But we want to just say welcome to everyone that is watching us, that is listening, everyone that wants to know more about how they can do business in China. Welcome. We're happy that you're here. And we're gonna just talk for about a minute before we get into the meat of the matter. So as you come on, the first thing I want you to do is to put your name in the comment box. And I want you to also put the country in where you are located right now. So put your name in the comment box and put the country in which you're located right now. Hi, Keith. Keith is coming in from the USA, I think, Keith. Hi, Tanisha. Welcome, everybody. Just come on in. Get relaxed, get comfy. Get a cup of juice, a cup of water, a cup of tea. Those who drink coffee, get your coffee. And just come to sit down, relax, and enjoy a wonderful webinar with us as we talk about how we can do business in China. Let me just share the pages. So the first thing I want you to do, like I said, put your name in the comment box and put which country you are currently located. Second thing I want you to do, share this on your page. I want everybody to get the information. So as much as you can, just share the page. Just share it on your personal page so your friends can see and get the information. All right? I'm doing that right now. I'm sharing it on my group page. And Nicolene, you can share it on your company's page now because it's supposed to be on your personal page.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, everyone. Let me see if I can big up some people. Hi, Kavita. Hi, Eric. Cami Nice. Is that Camille? I don't know. Hi, Colleen. Hi, everyone. Just come on in. Come on in. We are waiting and ready. So I've given you some instructions. The next set of instructions I want you to do is make sure you're liking this video. So in addition to sharing, I want you to like the video. All right? Ensure also that you leave your comments in the comment box, your comments, your questions, anything that you may want to ask Nicolene at the end. So the instructions are, she's going to go ahead and do her presentation. While she's doing her presentation, I would like you to have a notepad or notebook and a pen nearby and just jot down the important points of the webinar as she goes along. And any question that may arise while she's speaking, I would just like you to just put that in the comment box immediately. At the end of her presentation, we'll go through the questions and she'll answer as best as she can regarding anything that you have to ask about teaching or even doing business in China. You see, I'm still talking about teaching English.
I know.
But we're talking today about doing business in China. So if you're from Jamaica, if you're from Trinidad, if you're from Guyana, if you're from the USA, the UK, Canada, come on in. We are ready to go. We are happy that you are here. And welcome, Carla. Welcome, Renee. Renee is coming out of Trinidad. So welcome, Renee.
Um,
All right, so we have quite a few people here already. So I'm gonna just continue.
mm.
And my name is Venice Irving. I am CEO of Happy Teachers. And our company is a company that links teachers with jobs, whether it's online or face-to-face in the classroom, and it's specifically for English teachers. However, for this webinar, we decided that we're gonna just step outside of our teaching box and go into the world of business. I am passionate about business. As an entrepreneur, I'm passionate about doing business. Yesterday was World Entrepreneurs Day, and we just had to do this webinar just to cop off on that day, because we know that people are rearing to go, people are manufacturing their goods, people want their services abroad, but they don't know how. They don't understand what to do, where to go, who to call. And I decided to reach out to Dr. Nicolene Johnson, forgive me, Dr. Nicolene Johnson, because I found that she is the right bridge for Jamaicans and anybody in the Caribbean to do business in China. So she's here to give you some good information, some worthwhile information as to how you can probably get your goods on the shelves in a Chinese supermarket, maybe, or how to get some information about language acquisition, how to go over there to learn languages or to study. So anything in that area she can help you with or give her advice about. All right, so I'm gonna do a short introduction of Nicolene right now. Dr. Johnson. Okay, so Dr. Johnson has been living and studying and working in China for about 10 years. During that time, she has completed her master's and PhD degree in China. And she has been working for a few international consulting firms in Shanghai. This experience has allowed her to deepen her understanding of the local Chinese people, their culture, their market, and their language. As the first Jamaican to graduate with a PhD from China, big up. And being one of the very few Jamaicans living there, she's fluent in Mandarin Chinese, which is the native language in China. And she's also an invaluable asset to not only Jamaicans, but the Caribbean people at large. Relax, sit back, and listen to Dr. Nicolene Johnson as she gives us some tips as to how we can do business in China. Dr. Johnson, take it away.
All right, thank you, Venice. Can you hear me clearly?
I can.
Awesome. Are you seeing me okay?
I am seeing you quite fine.
Awesome. Okay, hi guys. Thank you so much for joining from Trinidad, from the US, different parts of the world. We're so happy. I'm so happy to be here today to share with you my experience about life in China and doing business in China. You know, I will look at it from three perspectives, actually. I look at doing business in China. I look at working in China, as well as studying in China. And I get the time, so I'd like to share with you, how did a poor girl from rural Betheltown, Jamaica, Westmoreland, in Westmoreland, ended up in China? And in fact, 21 years ago, I've been in China for 21 years. And how did I become the first Jamaican ever to graduate with both a master's and a PhD from a Chinese university? And all I can say is, but by the grace of God. It has been just an amazing miracle. And I just want to share with you a little bit about my story and how I got here. So as a child, I've always wanted to travel overseas. I knew I wanted to visit the places. I didn't know how to do this, but I school in Montego Bay, Jamaica, graduated, and I went to Montego Bay Community College. I went on to the CAST at the time. It was called College of Art. I graduated with my first degree in technology in Jamaica. I knew after my first degree that I wanted to continue studying and I wanted to do it overseas. So I decided to apply for universities. I applied in the UK. I got into a couple universities. I even got some scholarships for the universities. But here is why I say, by the grace of God, I ended up in China. I went to Mona Baptist Church, and I went there one midday. I heard this gentleman, I still remember his name, Mr. Samuels, and he stood up to share about his experience when he came to China. And can I tell you, that really struck something in my heart. I was like, China? It was my first time ever to meet a Jamaican who had actually been to China. And it became my dream. I thought, wow, I would love to China to study. I'd love to have the experience. For me, it was more of an adventure, like to be able to go to this country in the Orient and to learn about the Chinese and to learn Chinese. And I exactly 1 week after I heard this testimony on my desk. I was working at UTech at the time. And it was from the Chinese embassy. They had just sent it to the university, and they was for Jamaicans to study in China. I knew this was providence. There's no way this was an accident. So I applied for this scholarship. I got it, and in exactly 1 month, less than a month actually, in 3 weeks after receiving that approval, I was on a plane heading to Shanghai, China. I had been accepted by Fudan University, very famous university in China, and I was accepted to study international relations. So I did my first, my master's in international relations. I went on to do my PhD. And I can tell you guys, it was not easy. It was extremely difficult because guess what? The course was taught using Mandarin. It was taught in Chinese. And I only had 9 months of crash course in Chinese when I first arrived. So it was a challenge, but I think it was the best decision I did. It has been an amazing ride ever since. And so I completed my degrees. I thought instead of heading back to Jamaica, I'd love to be able to help Jamaicans and other Caribbean companies to do business in China. So based in Shanghai, I started my independent consulting under China Trade Consulting. And I can tell you my very first client was from St. Vincent. There were a group, there are two guys from St. Vincent, and they wanted to import motorbikes from China. And that was how I started. I helped a couple containers of motor. Wow, it has just been an amazing, amazing journey. More than 14 years of doing this business. I've consulted on setting up the first Jamaican direct investment in Shanghai. I helped the first Jamaican, we actually was called Uncle Mike, and we catered for the Jamaica House during the Beijing Olympics. And that was an amazing experience. I represented Jampro in setting up the Jamaica Pavilion in the World Expo, hosted an investment handling the Jamaica Pavilion. And in the past, I've been able to help them with a number of projects and trade shows. I've helped numerous clients from Caribbean islands and around the world, actually, with sourcing a variety of products. I actually do not specialize. I have goods, minerals, high, even a power generation to do. We help all our clients, everything. We help all our clients to find whatever they need in China. So I've also helped clients in product that you'd like to get into the Chinese market. In the past have done, we help our clients And this is helping tour operators in the Caribbean and worldwide to promote their services to Chinese travel agencies. What we do is that for example, I took a group of Chinese celebrities and KOL participants, and what they did was that they in the marathon, then they did a tour of the major sites. This was done with the Jamaica Tourist Board. They would head back to China and they wrote about their experience, and it was social media. It was a huge success. We also have had, I've taken a group of a travel agency to Jamaica and to look at investment opportunities. So these are projects that are ongoing, and we're always looking to do more. So if you are in the travel business, or if you are interested in sports promotion, we can do something together on that. So in a nutshell, Global Connections Gateway Limited is a Shanghai-based consultancy firm specialized in connecting global businesses and individuals, because you don't have to have a company. If you're an individual and you want to start something, we will help to connect with the Chinese market and vice versa. So, and on another note, I forgot to mention also that I was the founding member in China of Jamaicans, 10 Jamaicans and 1 Bahamian. Yes, we started this association and it grew over the years. We have activity to support the Caribbean community and to promote the Caribbean. We did a bunch of Caribbean events, carnivals type events, different events to promote our culture. And we are currently looking for people to get involved in the association. We're kind of again for the past year or so, couple of years, but we're involved. So if you are in China and if you'd like to be a part of our Caribbean Association, you can let me know. Bernice, you wanted to say something?
No, I'm good. Continue.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Just checking that you can. Okay. So after 21 years of studying, working, and living in Shanghai, China, this is what I want to share with you. China opportunities. Bursting at its seams with opportunities. There are business opportunities here, working opportunities, especially for teachers, yay. And in terms of business opportunities, and you guys already know this, almost everything is made in China. We all know that, right? So
yes, we
product
do.
sourcing, manufacturing. You have a product that you want to buy, manufacture something. Variety of products are made by numerous suppliers, which that means greater opportunity for you to have comparison and to bargain. So you find one product online, I can bet you there are 100 more companies producing that same product. So you shop around of China. Outbound travel is another opportunity. It is one of the fastest growing markets right now in the world. Numerous Chinese are looking for new places to explore. So if you're looking to promote tourist attractions in your country, you need someone to help you to promote it in China, contact us and we can work together in helping you to promote your destinations. Another opportunity in business is product distribution. As more Chinese travel overseas, their taste for foreign goods have increased. So with the right distribution agent, you can supply your goods in China. With the current trade war with America, there's also a greater opportunity for goods from other regions. So key with, and here again, GCG is available to assist you in doing this. At the moment, unofficially, encouraging Chinese to invest. Numerous Chinese are out and about globally looking for investment opportunities. Real estate is at the forefront of this. So you really can't them, guys. They are coming. So my advice to you would be Be smart in ensuring that you and your company benefit from these investments and negotiate mutually beneficial deals with these Chinese. They're coming and they're investing and they're looking for opportunities. So just be there and be prepared to help. You could set up a company. It's a wholly foreign-owned enterprise in China. So you can start your own business in China. As it used to be, the type of business you like to do in China, it's to set up your own company in China. So we would help you to do that. You can use your passport to set up a company. You can use your overseas company certification to do so. The key is to use either a law firm or a very good and well-established company registration company to do this. One that offers handle your tax services. Really good company registration organization to do this. There are lots of rules and regulations relating to setting up a company. But if you're working with a local agent, they will help you to make the process go smoothly. GCG, our company also helps companies to register to set up a company in China. So you can contact me directly if you need more information on registering a company in China. So there's certain things that you need to be aware of in setting up and doing business in China. Number one, I would say at the forefront, the supplier with the cheapest price may cost you more in the long run. So don't always think cheap is best. I would say shop around, compare the physical goods. I've had many clients who come at the sample that they approved and the actual products that they were sent were totally different. In your goods before they're sent off by the supplier, and conduct diligence, background checks. That's also very crucial. Just 2 weeks ago, I got a client asking me to, they're about to send some money to one of their suppliers, and they're like, Nicolene, before we send this money off, can you help us just to check that this company actually exists and we're not going to lose our money? And what we do, we actually do a physical inspection. We do a spot check. We'll just show up at the company, the address that they give, to see that they actually exist, talk with their management, see their operations before we give the go-ahead to our clients to send off their money. So stuff like that you need to be aware of. You're also avoid that. So whenever you go into a business deal, Chinese, be prepared to bargain and to bargain hard. Don't be too serious about it, and do not be disrespectful. They're not being disrespectful when they give you a low price. It's just their culture. And they expect you to bargain. So just be prepared, because as I say, it's a cultural thing. One of the keys to effective and successful business relations is what we call in Chinese guanxi. And guanxi means relationships. Establishing a relationship with your counterpart in China is crucial, is very important. Very time consuming activity, because what establishing guanxi means is you go out to dinners with them, you share your personal information about your family, you invite them into your life. Basically, it's a bonding process. I've been invited to the homes of CEOs to meet their wives and their kids, go to tours of their city, meeting their staff for dinners and lunch. All of this happening before we actually start discussing a business deal. And it's just part of the Chinese culture. It's the way they do business. They want to know that they can trust you, that you're a friend, and be prepared. If you really want to be successful, be prepared to invest in establishing this guanxi or relationship. And one of the things that we do on behalf of our clients is to establish the guanxi on their behalf. So we will go in, we'll meet the suppliers, we talk with them, we establish a rapport. So by the time that our clients are ready to place an order, we already have a really good relationship and we can get really good deals. Number 4, yes does not necessarily mean yes with the Chinese. Bear that in mind. The Chinese can be more indirect, and they would rarely say no. It has to do with
Mm-hmm.
losing face. You call 丢面子 in Chinese. So it's
Yes.
important to
Mm-hmm.
understand, yes, their body language, their tones, and their expressions. So you'll hear a Chinese say, I'll think about it. Maybe we'll see if we can do this. This is their way of saying no without saying no. So you have to be aware of that. And even to communicate with your Chinese counterparts, to also be aware that this is how you communicate no to them also. They'll understand that better than a blunt no, which will cause them to lose face. And you can also, if you plan to set up a company, I would say ensure that you have done a thorough research on the market, understand your local competition. I think a lot of companies, they make a mistake coming into China and they don't succeed and they think it's very difficult to set up a company in China, but it's not. It's how you go about preparing yourself, the research that you do, which we also, GCG will help you to do that. But for example, everybody says, oh, there are 1.3 billion people in China. If I just get 1% of that market, my company will be a success. And online marketing is huge in China. But guess what? A lot of foreign companies that do online marketing, they fail here because they fail to understand the market involved in online marketing, they're not successful. So I would say do your research, and there are many companies that are here that will do the research for you and help you to get before you enter the market. So for those who are interested in sourcing products out of China, one website I think some of you may already know is Alibaba.com, very famous one, but it's ALIBABA.com. It's one place you can find a supplier, you get a local company to check them for you, to do the due diligence and to check your products before they're sent all the way from China your country, and then finding out that they sent the wrong products or there's a mistake, they sent the wrong quantity. It will cost you more in the long run to fix that. Okay, so that's business. What about working opportunities, and especially for teachers? To be honest, over the past years, we have seen a reduction in the number of foreign expats working in China. The government has been streamlining the visa process for foreigners to get a work visa, and more companies prefer to hire local Chinese who have studied or lived overseas, as they already understand the language and the culture of both worlds. Have to have the right degrees, to get that. So with English, still prefer to learn from a foreigner instead of a local. That's still an area. However, whereas in the past, having a foreign looking face or a passport from overseas could get you a teaching job, now the system has changed, and officially, the last time I checked, only individuals from the following countries can legally teach in China. And the list, of course, Australia, UK, the US, New Zealand, Canada, Singapore, South Africa, Jamaica, Dominica, Gibraltar, Bahamas, Bermuda, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, and Grenada. That's it. Worldwide. Only these countries. So as you can see from from Africa, there's only one African country, South Africa. So if you're not from these countries, then what you would need to have is to have a degree, or you have studied from any one of these qualified countries, and that's how you can also teach in China. So if you've lived in any of these countries and have a degree from there, studied in the university there, then you can also teach in China. Of course, China being China, there are many agents with creative ways of getting around this rule, but I would advise you be very, very careful. The government is cracking down, and quite a few teachers have been sent home because they've been caught using these agencies in bypassing this rule. Ideal jobs as a teacher in China, I would say, would be in an international school. They have the best salaries, they have the best benefits. Then there are local Chinese schools, there are training centers with after-school programs. So the salaries and perks, they will differ depending on the city, sorry, that you live in. Beijing and Shanghai, of course, would offer higher pay, but the cost of living is much higher in these cities. Another lucrative business would be to tutor, private tutoring on the side in homes, and you can charge your own fees. You can make a good income from that, actually. I have friends who've charged 50 to 100 US dollars per hour for their classes. And so, yeah, a good
I
salary
need
for
to be
teaching.
there.
Sorry? You need
I
to be
said I
here.
need
Yeah,
to go there.
you need to be here. And a good salary for teaching jobs, though, would be about 2,000 to 3,000 USD per month and or higher, teaching in China. So it has been a lucrative place right now for foreigners to come and teach, especially those from the countries that I specified above. Things to be aware of in studying in teaching in China. You need how to avoid job scams because they do exist. Be sure to do your research. Be sure to do your research on the school or the institution before you sign anything. Look for training schools that are well established.
Oh boy.
All right, there's one called English First. They are all over the country. Make sure you Google for online reviews because people will talk. They have their experience. They will talk. So Google online, check for the reviews about these different institutions. Ask for the exact address and check the location. You don't want to end up signing a contract and you find yourself, in Jamaica, we say in the middle of woy woy, which means that you find yourself in some isolated, nobody around, you're the only foreigner, and it can become pretty boring. So make sure you do a check of the location of this place, check where it is on the map, and find out a little bit more about the location before you go to China for this job or you sign that contract. Ensure you go through the contract with a fine-tooth comb because, before you sign anything, just to make sure that you're not signing yourself away to some, trap. I recommend that you even ask to speak to a current teacher at the school. You can do that. You can tell them you want to talk to someone who's already working there, just feel of what their experience is like. I would say avoid any school in China that tells you to work with a tourist visa. If they tell you come up on a tourist visa, you can work with it here, run. It's illegal. And if you get caught, you're going to be blacklisted, which means you cannot enter China again for a specific number of years. Okay, you don't want that to happen to you. And in addition to all of this, you can be personally fined. They hold your passport until you pay your fine, and fees range from 1,000 US dollars upwards. So I would advise you, yes, do not make sure that they're applying for a work visa for you, and ensure that the school takes full responsibility for processing, for applying, and for paying for your work visa because it can be costly and time consuming. So you ensure that the school will pay for it and will do the whole process on your behalf. What are the qualifications to get a work permit? Well, now for the teachers, you must have an education degree or a degree in TOEFL certification, not accepted anymore on its own. You need to have a certificate from a degree, in education. And online TOEFL certification is no longer welcomed. You're not accepting that anymore. You have to be certified by attending an actual class with a minimum of 120 hours class time. You need to have a minimum of 2 years teaching experience in a school, not a center or training center in a school itself. And although in some rural cities, that may be, the rules may not be as strict, but you need to be aware of the general rules if you're coming to China to study. So some websites that you guys could look into are chinajob.com, looking for a job in China, dragon.com, or there's ace-english.club. They help to find English jobs for English teachers. And finally, we're going to look at study opportunities in China. As one of the world's leading economies, you will have a competitive advantage if you speak Chinese and this unique business culture. It's definitely not an easy language to learn. And every day, even myself, after 21 years here, every day I'm still learning something new. But it's extremely useful if you plan to explore opportunities in China. It's useful and give you a competitive edge if you're able to speak the language. A lot have changed since I first came to China 21 years ago to study. In Jamaica, for example, our Ministry of Education now handles the scholarship application process. Before, when I came, it was a Chinese embassy. In your country, I'm not sure, you can check if it's the embassy or your education. And in addition, many universities now in China are offering direct scholarships to students, the foreign students. And over the years, there's been an increase in the number of scholarships being offered because most universities would like to attract more foreigners to study. So they've increased the number of scholarships. Even the Chinese local government, once you get here, they also offer scholarships for students to continue their studies in China. And I think it's a bit strategic. Over the years, the Chinese government has been offering more and more scholarships to developing countries, and thousands, literally thousands of students have been coming in every year into China to study. As I said, it's very strategic because these students return home and they're employed by Chinese companies, or they start to do business with China. And this helps to be a bridge for Chinese investment in their countries. So, there's always something behind everything that is planned by the Chinese. Scholarships, the scholarships are generally during applications are generally during March, April, and May. Although occasionally you'll have some scholarships that you can apply for in October and November. They generally includes your tuition, your monthly stipend, accommodation, your meals, and medical care, and very few, but there's some that will also include your airfare. If the application is from your government, the government agency in your country, then you will have a bond to return and work in your country. However, if you apply directly with the university in China, then this bond does not apply. In China, some universities often offer courses to foreigners, and courses are either taught in English or they're taught in Chinese. My recommendation would be to study a course that is taught in Chinese, as it's the best. I've seen on many occasions, students who come here, they study in English and they leave China not being able to speak Chinese. Believe it or not, but at the end of the day, you learn a new language and you get a chance to be able to use this in the future. Things to be aware of as a student studying in China: you need to check the ratings of the university. If you plan to work in China, this is very important. For example, when I came to China, I had no idea, and I only discovered how important it was because Fudan University is a high-tiered university in Shanghai. And when I go to business meetings and I mention I studied at Fudan, you could see the faces. Wow, you went to Fudan. It has opened so many doors for me in my business. So when you're coming to China, the ratings for your university, that's very important if you plan to stay here, of course. And for those who plan to study and then go back to work in their home countries, make sure you check the international accreditation, because not all universities are accredited. So the course that you complete here, you may not be able to use your degree when you go overseas. So just to check to make sure, and you check with the university to confirm that the particular course that you're going to be taking is accredited overseas. I would say in the past it was illegal for students to work in China, but now they've kind of allowed a little more, allowing students to have internships. So there are work programs for students, but be aware that working a full-time job while you're a student in China is illegal, and you can get kicked out of China if you get caught working full-time. As an intern, that's okay, and part-time, that's okay, but not a full-time employed student. And for universities and scholarships, I would say there's a really good website, CUCAS. It's cucas.edu.cn. It's a great place to get more information about universities and about different scholarships that they offer. And there's a whole host of universities all over the country. So I would recommend you go on that website and you can check it out. So that's what I want to share with you, and we're going to be opening up for some questions. Thank you for listening. And there's a lot more that I can share about business and working and schools in China, but we have a limited time, so we want to be able to answer your questions. So I'm going to turn it over back to Venice, and we're going to be opening up for some questions.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Nicolene. That was very informative. And as you were talking, I was seeing people making their comments that it is great information, that it is just jam-packed with information that they can use, whether now or in the future. So thanks again, Nicolene. So we're going to go right into the question and answer segment. But before we do so, remember to share the video, like our video first, and then share it on your page so that others can know more about not only doing business in China, but studying in China, teaching English in China, etc., etc. All right? So let me just go over some of the questions that I saw while you were talking, Nicolene. One person asked, what are some of the schools in China that we can research? Now, I know you went through a list of websites that they can find some English teaching jobs. You went through rather quickly, and there was one person who asked for you to repeat them. So can you repeat them again, please?
All right. For universities, if you want to find a list of universities, I mean, top-tiered university, of course, is Beijing University, Tsinghua University. Both of those are in Beijing. Fudan University in Shanghai. Jiaotong University in Shanghai. But I would say go to this website, cucas.edu.cn. So that's
cucas.edu.cn.
Yes. And you'll see a whole host of universities.
N as in
there.
no, right?
N as in no, yes. For China.
All right. And that's where you can get the rating and the ranking for different universities if you're thinking of
No, that's where you get a list of
China.
the different universities, and you'll get information on the scholarships that they're offering. A whole host of scholarships are available on there. And they will
mention get the list of the universities there, but they can also do further research regarding the ranking for these universities, so that in any case they want to go to study in China, they'll know basically, you know, where their university will rank. Correct?
Yes. And you could even on that site they also do some ranking, but you could also Google it. Just say rankings of the university in Shanghai, in China, and they will give you the top universities.
All right, no problem. So go over those websites now for them to get some teaching jobs.
All right, for teaching job, I would look at ace-english.club, CULUB.
Okay. So that's ace-english.club.
Yes. And for other jobs, chinajob.com, CHINAJOB.com. And matchdragon.com, matchdragon.com. Just a few. There are many others. I just mentioned a few that you could start with to look at some prospective jobs.
And that's Match Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, great. I'm just looking through to see if there are any more questions. I know that was the most important question that they were asking. Just scrolling through to see if there were any more questions. If there are any more questions, just feel free to drop that in the comment box. And in addition, remember to share the video while you're doing that.
I see Dwight. Hi, Dwight.
Okay, so you
Dwight
went
is
through,
my
I
old
have a
classmate,
question.
actually.
You went through the list of countries that if people were able to go to China, they could get a visa legally, you know, without problems. You mentioned a few Caribbean countries in the mix. Can you just go through again the Caribbean countries? And I'm assuming these are the English-speaking Caribbean countries. That, right. That's
well,
if their natives went to China, they'll be able to get a visa to teach.
Well, like I said, the only countries on the list from the Caribbean: Jamaica, Dominica, Bahamas, Bermuda, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, and Grenada. So I wouldn't say they're the only, because St. Lucia is not there. You know, there are other countries that speak English that are not there.
Barbados isn't there?
Nope.
Really?
So again, as I say, it's a relationship that they have with these countries that they use to select the list.
Well, yeah, I guess. All right. So
some
when
missed info on business
states,
opportunities.
Pardon?
Someone just wrote that they missed the information that I did on business opportunities. Do they want me to repeat it?
Okay, so Lisa, you missed that info. So what you can do, as soon as we're finished with the webinar, you can always look at it again. So it's always going to be on my page, so you can always go back and look at the recording. All right, Lisa? Winsome is saying that her interest is twofold. She's a businesswoman, and she is interested in purchasing items for making bags at a competitive price. She's a micro producer, so her orders are relatively small. In addition to that, she says so I guess she wants to know is, you know, what's the market in China for online English teaching jobs?
Sorry, you just went blank a minute ago. She's interested in sourcing products. I heard that part. And
right,
but she has small orders.
And she's also interested in learning about the online English teaching jobs. She wants to know, are there any online teaching jobs available in China?
Of course, there are many online teaching jobs. Again, go to the website I sent and you can check for online teaching jobs in the companies there, and they will send you the information. Lots of teaching jobs online in China. In terms of the business, like I said, Alibaba.com is a website that most people go on to check for products sourcing. Again, I would say hire someone, even as a small business owner, hire someone to check your products, because you don't want to send your money and then this person disappears, or they send you the wrong product, because it's coming a long way for you to send it back. You know, it's a lot of trouble. So I would say make sure you have a company that you're working with who can help to check your products for you, to ensure that you're getting the right stuff, and check your supplier to make sure. So you can go online to check yourself, you know, who you want to work with if you like, or you can have someone do the check for you and recommend a company that they have a good relationship with, that they have worked with for a long time. As I said, it's all about the guanxi, the establishing that relationship. So like our company, what we do, we establish that relationship for you. So when you come in and you want a product, we already have companies that we work with, that we trust, and we can get good deals with. So she can email me directly if she have any further questions that I can help her with.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. So Winsome, you can always hire Nicolene to help you get some suppliers for your business. Nicolene has her company, as she said earlier. So anybody has any questions regarding business opportunities, getting products, linking with suppliers, or even manufacturers, Nicolene is the person for you, for you to go to. All right, I'm just scrolling through again.
I think there's a question from Dwight Pennycook.
From Dwight. Not seeing a Dwight
Earlier.
here. If you can see the question, you can go ahead. Just read the question, Nicolene, and then answer.
Dwight was asking, hi, Nicolene, what can you share about sourcing merchandise from China? What are some major, I'll cancel the rest of the question. Sourcing products, like I said before, Alibaba.com, great place to find suppliers. But like I said, I repeat, and I can't stop repeating this, check, double check, do your due diligence, make sure you have someone check the suppliers, make sure that they are authentic, and check your products before they're put in the container and sent off to you. So again, Dwight, I'm here and I'm available to assist you, so you can send me an email and I can help you to source merchandise from China. No problem.
Okay. And guys, please remember that Nicolene's information, everything regarding her contact information, her phone number, her website, her email address, it's right there in the information box. So just look in the information box on the top of this video right there on the Facebook page, you'll see all her information. All right, Colleen? Any more questions? I thought we'd be bombarded with questions. I guess it was thorough.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You did a thorough job. Okay. All right. So I want to ask another question regarding persons going from the Caribbean going to China. If I want to go to China to do business, what kind of visa would I get? Would I have to get a tourist visa? Would I need somebody to sponsor my visa? Do you know how that will work?
Well, it depends on when you say do business. If you're going to explore, maybe to do some shopping, buy some products to bring back, I would say a tourist visa. Because a business visa would require someone in China to sponsor you. So you would need to have a contact of a company there who will send you an invitation letter, and then you can go. But if you don't have a contact, you don't know anyone there, you're just going to go to explore on your own, then you would come on a tourist visa. If you have a company that you're working with, if you contact us and you want us to help you in your sourcing, then we can send you an invitation letter that you use to apply for a business visa. But in fact, I think for the Caribbean, especially for Jamaica, it's very, very easy to get a Chinese visa. Extremely easy. And for the tourist visa, you just need to book a hotel, get the bookings and print out the reservation, bring that in, apply for your tourist visa. You can get a 30-day tourist visa. You can get a 6 months multiple entry tourist visa, or up to 1 year multiple entry tourist visa to visit China.
Okay.
So yeah. So I would say go for that. For people in the US, it's even easier. You can get a 10-year tourist visa. Yes, the Chinese, the Americans decided to give the Chinese 10-year visas.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Reciprocated by giving them 10 years tourist visas. So you can go that route. But if you plan to set up shop here, I would say you need to get a work permit, and you can get a business visa to start out exploring and setting up your business here, but eventually you'll need to get a work permit. Lots of people have been sent home because they're becoming very strict on checking for work permits and ensuring that people who are living here, yes, have work permits.
Okay. All right. I wanted to also encourage everyone to follow Nicolene on her social media site. Now, she is on Facebook. as Nicolene Johnson. So you can always add her as a friend. If not, you can go to her business page, which is also on Facebook, Global Connections Gateway. You can just put that in the search box and you can like her company's page and you can get more information on her company. Also, for my personal page, most of you are viewing this through my page, so you're already friends of mine. You can go ahead to my company's page, Happy Teachers Online Club, where we have a group of teachers where we just share information. We're like a big happy family over there. So go on ahead and join us, and I will accept you as a member of our family, and you can be a part of our online club. All right? Any more details?
And when
Nicolene,
you
she
go online for
put in her
Nicolene
email.
Johnson, please look for the one with my picture. You'll see my photo on there.
Right.
That's the one to use. I think there's another site that I need to get rid of, but look for the one with my photo.
Okay. All right. So I'm just waiting 1 more minute for any more questions, any more queries that people may have regarding studying, living, working in China. Any questions at all? Nothing is too minute for us to answer. So as soon as you have a question, just write that in the comment box. I'm searching on the different platforms just to ensure that I haven't overlooked anybody's questions. Bear in mind that this video will be up after we've done this live session. It will be up for a number of weeks, so you can always come back to hear the information again. And if you need to ask further questions, of course, Nicolene's information is right there up at the top, right in the subject information box for the video. You can see her information there, and you can get
One is
all your
asking if I
answers to your
love.
questions. All right, just going through again.
Joso is asking if I love living in China.
Joan. Joan is asking if you love living in China. Okay, go ahead and answer.
Yes. Joe, I absolutely love living in Shanghai. I
Really?
won't say China, I would say Shanghai. Shanghai is an amazing city.
Shanghai.
It's just, it's the Paris of China, right? The in Shanghai, you'll
Ooh.
find, oh my gosh, this there's always something to do. There's always something going on. There's always an activity. There's always an event. There's always something to get involved in. And I'm very involved here in China. I attend the church. I'm a leader at the church here. So I'm involved in organizing a number of events. I told you about the Caribbean Association. Over the past years, we've done numerous events, hosted events, involved in different institutions and charity programs here in China. So the more I get involved, the more I love this place and the more I enjoy living here. Jamaica will always be home for sure. I love my Jamaican food. I love my Jamaican beaches. I go home every single year. My mom, she she actually loves China too. She's heading up next week, in fact, and to spend some time with me. But yeah, Jamaica will always be home. But I do enjoy living and working in China. It's a great place to be.
Okay, being someone that also lived in Asia, I lived in Taiwan for a couple of years. Another question that people always ask is, how do you find the people there would respond to you? Because, of course, we are Black, and they
Hmm.
always ask about race, prejudice. So I'll ask you the same question. Do you encounter racism, prejudice, there? And if you do, how do you combat it?
That's a whole webinar in itself. I would say that just briefly, I mean, remember, I came to Shanghai 21 years ago. So life 21 years ago and life today, totally different. I
Totally
remember
different.
when I was the only Black person half the time on the plane heading over. I was the only Black person sitting in the plane. Or on the street, I'd be the only Black person, only foreigner, period. Not even Black person, only foreigner. So what I find is that for the Chinese, because at that time they were not used to seeing foreigners, so I'd be the center of attention. I've always been the
Right.
center of attention. Wherever I go, my pictures are being taken. Can I take your picture? Um, you know, or they're snapping it without asking. So I've gotten used to it. I'm not saying, and it
Yes.
has gotten easier just because you know that, listen, you're the center of attention. Whether you're dressed up
That's my
or you're
pet peeve.
dressed down, you're always going to be the center of attention because you're fascinating to them. And for me
Yeah.
personally, I don't see it as racism. I see it as, because the minute I open my mouth, and this is another thing, the minute the Chinese realize that you speak the language, wow. I mean, they just accept you. They think of you as family, you know, because that's what the Chinese are. They're very
Mm,
relatable. They like relationships. That's why guanxi is so important in their culture. So the fact that you speak the language, you understand their culture, you understand, you love their food, they love to know that you love their food. Once they understand that, then the reception is totally different. So I would say I'd be sitting in the bus and I
yeah.
hear people behind me talking in Chinese. Oh, where is she from? Oh, she's from Africa, you know. And I would turn around and say, you know,
And they
no,
don't know,
I'm from Jamaica.
understand
And
everything.
they don't know exactly that I speak the language. And I turn around and I answer, and they'd be like, oh, wow, your Chinese is so good. And then they'll go on and on and on and want
It
to become
happened
your
to me.
friend, you
That's so
know.
funny.
Yeah.
It happened to me too. Okay, Joan is
Yeah.
asking another question that's related
Mhm.
a bit to what I asked. She's asking about security and if you feel safe there. What's the crime level there?
Joe, I would say Shanghai, one of the safest cities in the world, amazingly, with 25 million people. I can say that. I leave my home. I can be out 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the mornings. I take a taxi. I have no problems. I don't have any fear of
No
being held
problem.
up. No problems. I'd say Shanghai. I'm not going to say all of China. This is for Shanghai, one of the safest cities. I would say when you go further south, Guangzhou and the
South.
borders of
I was gonna
Myanmar and
say.
Vietnam, you know, you need to be careful
I was gonna
because
say.
crime, their drugs, yes, so their crime
Hmm.
rates increase in those areas.
Increases as you go
So you need to
south.
in traveling in those
Okay.
areas as you go south, yeah. But I would say in general, China is one of the safest countries because, I mean, the punishment is severe if you get caught. So that is a deterrent in itself for people to commit, you know, crime. So I would say, and there are CCTV cameras
Right.
everywhere in this country, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you might commit a crime and think you got away with it, but there's a camera watching you and they will track you down
Watching
eventually.
you.
So yeah,
Mm.
I would say it's one of the Shanghai, one of the safest places to live.
There is a city that is very popular and well known for having a lot of factories. And for the manufacturing persons who are looking to go to China to manufacture some clothes, or I even had a guy who said he wanted to
Hmm.
make diapers. And so that city, I think it's Guangdong, if I'm not mistaken. um, is
Well,
it
no,
easy to get there? Is
Guangdong is
it
the province.
It's a
Guangdong
province,
is a
right?
province. The city
T-
is Guangzhou. Hmm. So in Guangzhou and in Shenzhen,
Guangzhou. Okay.
well, Shen,
Mm-hmm.
there are lots and lots of factories where you can get stuff done. The thing about China, though, is that there are different hubs, like in Yiwu and in Ningbo. There are different hubs around the country that do specific products. So if you contact me, you tell me what
Mm-hmm.
product you're interested in researching, I can tell you which city to go for that product. So like all the
To
furnitures are made
go
in
for that
one
product.
city, you know, right? Electronic products, a lot of them are in a particular city. So I can tell you which area depending on the product that you want. But in terms of in general, Guangzhou, which is near to Hong Kong in the south. This is where there are many
Yes.
factories.
Hong Kong, my favorite city.
Yeah.
I love Hong Kong. Okay, and one of my last questions would be, how is shopping in China, not necessarily shopping for fashion, but even buying food, even and buying clothes, of course, because I remember when I was there, I could hardly find shoes for my big feet, and I only wore 9. So
Yeah.
I had to go to Hong Kong to buy shoes.
That was
Do
a,
you have to go to Hong Kong to buy shoes too?
yeah, that was a major issue. No, that was a major issue for me when I first came. I still remember my first year in China because you hear, China, I'm moving to China, everything is made in China. So I'm thinking, I don't need to carry a lot of stuff. I'll buy my shoes, I'll buy my clothes here. So I landed in China and I went out shopping. Nothing, like absolutely nothing in my size. My shoes, they were showing me men's shoes actually. Because only the men's sizes could fit me. The shirts, long sleeve, were just
Them
too short. They
brighty.
just could not fit. The trousers were, you know, because I'm tall for the Chinese, and
Mm-hmm.
they just could not. They do
Yeah.
not have anything here. So normally I would fly to the US whenever I go home to Jamaica on vacations, which I do every year.
Okay.
When I come back, my suitcases would be packed because I stop in the US and I'll stock up on my shoes, my clothes. But things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, Shanghai is now a
And
cosmopolitan
makeup.
city. All the major brands, all the major brands are here. So what you can find products here. But personally,
Mm-hmm.
I think the styles that they send overseas are more to my style because the Chinese have a different style, with it, how they
Mm.
like to dress, what they like. So I personally still buy my stuff in the US. They all say make in China, made in China. So I'm re-importing them into China when I come back. But I find that my style, my best styles are actually in the US. But you can find your size now.
Yeah.
You actually have stores that specialize in big sizes, and they tell you that for foreigners, you can shop there. And
Yeah.
mostly they're products that have been manufactured to ship overseas, and they keep back some to sell to the foreigners who are living in China. So you will
Okay.
find some products here. But makeup
And
is a
then,
big
of course,
deal.
you would, pardon?
Makeup is
Right. I was
another
just gonna
big,
say, for persons,
yeah,
for young
that,
ladies who are planning to go to China, they should stock up on their makeup and hair products, correct?
yes, yes, yes. Bring your hair
Especially the
products,
hair, the
especially
hair.
especially if you process your hair like myself, you stock up
Mhm.
on your
And even natural
relaxers
hair.
and even natural hair. Although interestingly, you can find products here nowadays. You have a few companies that are realizing that with all the African students who are coming in, I'm telling you, thousands of students are coming in on scholarships every
Wow.
year into China. So
Mhm.
even they have seen the business opportunities. So they've been bringing in their products and helping, supplying to different people. And but for sure, makeup, you will not find your shade here. I would say bring your own makeup and stock up. I actually sell some makeup here that I bring in from the US and I sell to my clients here because I know
You
that they
are a
can't
true
find it.
businesswoman.
Well, I'm a Jamaican. That's what we do. So my dad
All
is
right, Becky.
online and he's asking, when can I come and see you, Nicolene? Anytime, Dad. I'm
Oh, hi,
waiting for you.
Carl. I'm seeing Carl here. Hi, Dad.
I'm
All right,
waiting for
so
you to come and
I'm not
visit
seeing
me.
any more. I'm not seeing any more questions, and my battery's running low.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to people
Okay.
who are online. I'm gonna shout out to Deandra. Hi, Deandra. Thank you for joining us. Deandra is the president of the YEA, Young Entrepreneurs Association. So I'm hoping, Deandra, that you can share this on your page and get Nicolene involved with your entrepreneurs, those persons who want to do business in China. Hi, Leonardo.
Awesome.
Hi, Emily. Emily is watching from Taiwan. She is my former
Hmm.
boss.
Okay.
um, who somebody saying they're from Guyana. Hi, Lindell. Lindell says she's
Yeah.
from Guyana. Paul is saying hi,
And hi,
Nicolene.
Pauline. Pauline, my
Just rolling through and
classmate
saying hi
from.
to people. Hi, Joan. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Marsha. Shelly Gay Cuff. Okay.
Mhm.
And Shelly Gay is from NCU. She's a director of the career services at Northern Caribbean University. So we're hoping, Shelly Gay, that you can get your students, your business students involved in learning more about how to be an entrepreneur and doing business in China. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Melanie.
Mhm.
All right, I can't go through all these persons, so people are just coming on. So I am gonna have to wrap up now. So Nicolene, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
So okay, great. So I just want you to give just the last few thoughts just to wrap up before my battery dies. And then, we can go ahead.
Oh, yes. So you
Oh,
have my
before you
contact
go ahead,
details.
Nicolene, Lindell is saying that
Yes.
she is the vice president of the Women Entrepreneurs Network of the Caribbean, the Guyana chapter. So Lindell is
Wonderful.
ready to connect with you, Nicolene, with the Guyanese businesswomen to do some business in China. Hi, Tamar, how are you doing?
Well,
So Lindell, please remember to
Lindell.
connect with Nicolene because we need the Guyanese businesswomen on board. Go ahead, Nicolene.
So Lindell, let me know if you want me to fly down to Guyana. We could arrange something. I can come and talk to your women
That's
about
right.
doing business in China. That's also possible. I'm expanding my
That's
business, so I'll be doing some trips. And I love the fact that in the entrepreneurial network, because I'm involved with a women's group here in China as well, and we host a bunch of seminars to empower the women. So I look forward to being involved with that. So please contact me.
okay. So wrap up now. Wrap up.
Thanks, Michelle. So, oh, Deidre is just coming on. Sorry, Deidre, we're just about to wrap up, but it will be on my site also, so you'll be able to watch this video
All
later
right.
on and to share it with others if you'd like to get more information. So, I'd like to say, again, China, an amazing place to live, lots of opportunities, and trust me, it's the development that's taking place in this country, like you already know, there's no stopping it. It's moving forward. So I would say jump on the bank, jump on the wagon and be a part of what's happening here in China. Get involved, see how you can help not only yourself, because it's not just about us, but help your country in benefiting from all the opportunities that are here in China. So Global Connections Gateway is here to assist you. Contact me if you have any questions, if you'd like to learn anything else about doing business in China, operating in China. And yeah, we're here to assist you in whatever you need. So thank you
All
again,
right.
Venice. It's been an amazing, amazing time. And I look forward to doing more of these. I hope we can do a few
Why
more.
didn't we do this sooner, right?
I know.
All right, so I want to thank Dr. Nicolene Johnson for joining me on this webinar talking about exploring business opportunities in China. It was amazing, great information. If you came late and you missed some of the information, you can always wait a minute until the video has been uploaded onto my site or onto my page. You can always go back and watch the entire video in its entirety. I just want to thank you guys for coming on board, for listening. You can contact Nicolene in the information box there, right at the top of the screen. You're going to see her information, her name, her website, her phone number, and her email address. So you can contact her at the end of this webinar. You can also contact me if you so desire. Follow me. I have my Facebook page here, which is Happy Teachers Online Club. We have a great family of teachers. If you want to come on board with us, just join on. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Just type in my name and you'll get me on Instagram and Facebook. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for allowing us to help you help yourself. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
2018 is your year. It's a time for you now to step up in life. We are moving and we're crossing borders. We're exploring opportunities, not only here in Jamaica and the Caribbean, but we're going all the way over into China to find those opportunities. So thanks again,
Wonderful.
guys, and feel free to contact us at any time. Take care. Bye-bye. Nicolene, say bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.